Yeah, we did. 1, 2. Okay, if we could reconvene, please. Mr. Clerk, it is 7 minutes after 1. We'll start with Mr. Ramuno. Mr. Ramuno, please.
Oh, right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I'll be presenting the overview of the Planning and Development Services budget. As you know, my department is broken down into 3 sections: development planning, handle development application review, preparation of reports and agreements, our long-range strategic planning, and our heritage planning. With respect to our 2013 achievements, I'll go through a few points quickly. We've heard from Warren that my group, responsible for preparation of subdivision site plan agreements, we're working on an update to our subdivision agreement template. We're working with primarily legal and the other departmental staff to just streamline a new subdivision agreement precedent or template for use in our 2C agreements, because the old template hadn't been updated in a number of years. And so we had completed that. We'll have that finalized in a week or so. With respect to positioning for our future, we're working on and continue to work on our review and update of our comprehensive zoning bylaw review. We've had a couple of open houses last year, and we'll be scheduling our first statutory public meeting this spring, February or March, and we'll have a draft bylaw ready for initial review and comment at that point. In addition, as you know, we completed a final review of all our 2C subdivisions and zoning bylaws, which were all approved by council in 2013, and we're moving forward to the engineering approvals and agreements, and as you know, developers are out there marketing, and we'll see some permits issued over the next month or two. Under the client service section, a couple key points here is we've created and updated all our heritage application forms and guides, and they're available at our counter or online for use with our for residents in the development industry, as well as we've also completed an update of our planning application forms, which are fillable online. So that's an improvement for our clients. Under our 2014 strategic advancements, under our community goal, a couple key points here is I've already mentioned zoning bylaw review. We'll hopefully be bringing that to council this year. The other key study that we're working on is our Southeast Old Aurora Conservation District study for council's consideration this year as well. And we'll also be initiating a special study for our North Promenade area in 2014, and that is to examine some of the redevelopment blocks and links to key planned transit connections for the area north of Wellington along the Yonge Street corridor. Under the economic goal, again, we hope to administer the community improvement plan sometime in 2014. We're scheduled to have a public meeting in January on that to bring forward a final report plan to council. And we're also going to continue to pursue the creation of a biomedical campus and innovation center. Under the environmental goals, again, we've coordinated and will be implementing the corporate environmental action plan, as well as establishing greenhouse gas reduction targets for the corporation. Under key performance indicators, new for this year, we've created a couple of different measures to track over the coming year, as outlined in the report. Really, 3 key ones: a number of serviced industrial employment land we have, percentage of intensification target units constructed to date, and number of new residential units constructed within the regional corridor. And we'll continue to target those moving forward, or track those moving forward. Under the departmental budget overview. Pretty straightforward. No new staff requests. No base pressures. Personnel costs and expenditures have been kept constant. There's actually been a slight reduction in the personnel costs. That just $32,000 just has to do with the new staff starting at lower salary step grid, and of course revenues. I'm projecting revenues for 2014 from planning application to increase as well this year. We had a good year last year. We expect 2014 to be another positive year with respect to revenues coming in. As I mentioned, no net base pressures. There are none. No increases of any kind. And last chart, overview of changes based on the approved 2013 budget 709, and the revenue increase expected for 2014 at $263,000. We're expecting a net impact for the tax base for 2014 at $414,700. And no forecast pressures for the department. That concludes my presentation, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Rumino. Can I please have a motion to receive and refer? Councillor Humphreys, Councillor Thompson, thank you. Any questions on the presentation for Mr. Rumino? Councillor Gardner.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. CAO. I thought that the Special Projects Manager was in your division, working on, well, I don't know about the Biomedical Campus and Innovation Center. Is the Special Projects Manager just working on bringing an institution of higher learning to Aurora, or is he also working on these special projects?
Mr. Garby?
Through you, Mr. Mayor. There's certain projects that are done by economic development, and those projects listed by Mr. Rumino relate to the economic development portfolio. There's other special projects throughout the corporation that where resources are limited, or there's a special circumstance where multiple departments are involved, and for coordination purposes it's being done through my office. So special projects in my office include the university, the Hillary McIntyre Park, our Excellence Matters initiative, and so on. The ones that Mr. Rumino specific are related specific to the economic action plan.
Councillor.
Thank you, Bob. Wouldn't a university relate to an economic development action plan?
Mr. Garby.
That's part of it. There's also land use implications. There's special coordination with other members of the community. It comes down to resources. So if a certain department is overtaxed or at their limits, then we would take that on. I have a special interest in the university as well, so that feeds into it as well.
Councillor.
Thank you very much. Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Rumino. Who's in charge? Is there a person who's in charge of implementing the corporate environmental action plan?
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, that's our program manager of environmental initiatives, Christina Naggio.
So she is in your department. That's right. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions on this? Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Mr. Rumino. Mr. Rumino, based on your 2014 strategic advancements, you do touch briefly on the development of a North Promenade area study, as well as a CIP, but are there no other specific achievements you're looking for to bring forward with regards to downtown revitalization? I mean, we've seen streetscapes, we've seen a number of different initiatives, but
Through you, Mr. Mayor. That's true. I haven't. There are a number of others. I haven't listed a couple, and we'll be reporting back to council soon on the multi-year capital plan for the Promenade Streetscape Improvement Plan. Council had seen last year. So moving forward, that's one as well. And again, working with the development community, there's a lot of interest within the Yonge Street corridor, the Promenade area, where as Mr. Garvey mentioned earlier on, there are some properties that have changed hands, and we've got developers who are interested in achieving redevelopment opportunities downtown. So there are a number of projects that I'm in discussion with various landowners who want to bring forward a development application. So we'll be looking to bringing those to fruition, hopefully some of them in 2014.
so it's fair to say that that's still a key focus of your department.
Yes.
Thank you.
Councillor Humphreys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a quick question. Under heritage planning, you mentioned heritage application review and heritage policy. Can you elaborate a little bit about what, in terms of policy?
Certainly, through you, Mr. Mayor. I mean, one of the key projects that our heritage planner is working on is the new conservation district, and working with our consultant, bring that forward, as well as nothing comes to mind, but they're working. Heritage planner is working on heritage programs, events. I mean, doors open is one key one, as well as working with applicants and residents who bring forward applications, heritage permit applications for renovations or redevelopment of heritage properties.
Councillor? Councillor Gartner?
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Ramuno, growth management initiatives, I can guess at some of them, but what would be the most important that you're looking at there?
Through you, Mr. Mayor. Well, when we mention growth management, it's really leading up to official plan updates and our land budget exercise. And as you know, we went through that back in 2010 with our new OP update, and we will be, over the next couple of years, need to work on our update to our new official plan. As well, it's also monitoring how our current official plan is doing, keeping track of, as I mentioned, some of the key performance indicators, a number of properties or employment lands that are built out and absorbed throughout the years, how we're doing with our intensification targets. So it's monitoring how our OP is doing, vis-a-vis the land budget, and making any adjustments or bringing that forward to council when we initiate an OP review down the road.
Councillor?
Thank you. I noticed that we have an update on the strat plan initiatives and how we're doing with the strat plan. Will we be getting an update on the official plan and how we're doing with that?
Mr. Riddle?
Yes, through you, Mr. Mayor. Another good question. Yeah, and I do have something planned for early spring, an update to the OP as well. Just a sort of a report card on the OP.
Thank you.
All in favor of receiving the presentation then? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you, Mr. Romero. Mr. Elliott, I think we've covered everybody who got the order. Are you up next then?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes. Following my presentation, I think we're going to hear from Mr. Downey as the last presentation only type review. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Garvey will go first, followed by Mr. Downey, and then once Mr. Downey is done, we'll put Director Simonovskis on the platform, and he'll go through both his presentation and the blue sheets for the first section.
So corporate and financial services?
So corporate and financial services, I'd like to just quickly go through a short number of slides. The department is organized in 3 operating manager groups plus my own office. So it's the Office of the Director, it's Policy Planning Management, I'm the Advisor to Council and the CAO, and I'm the Municipal Treasurer. The corporate accounting is also corporate accounting and revenues. They do the tax and water administration. They used to do the cashiering. That has now been transferred. The payroll, the payables, the accounting, the reporting, the banking. Those are the functions of that corporate accounting and revenues group. This is the organization from which those 2 positions were transferred to the Access Aurora organization. The financial planning group is headed by Jason, and I'd just like to take the opportunity to introduce the 3 members of his team. Behind us are Laura Sheardown, Tracy Pardue. You've both met them before, and Karen Oretto is joining us this cycle and this spring to fill a vacancy in the positions. And so we have organized this group now into a client service focus, and that's one of our opportunities for 2014. So looking at the achievements in 2013, we reviewed and began the process of improving and using the system of accounting and budget systems with our clients. This has coincided with a coupling of our client service focus within the financial planning group, assigning one individual to each department to be the point person for them for all things finance. That has been well received and will continue to grow in 14. We reorganized our ITS group to optimize the allocation of staff skills and resources for improved operational efficiency, making the best use of our resources. Positioning for the future, we modified our year-end accounting processes for improved audit and financial statement completion efficiencies. We updated the 10-year capital plan for values and timing of projects, and we also introduced during 2013 the reserve fund strategy. From client service and satisfaction, we implemented the client service model with Access Aurora, provided support to that department, and we implemented client service in financial planning, but we also transitioned our positions and the functions to Access Aurora and supported them in their transition. And we believe that their success is in part due to the support that they've received from all departments, not just my own. We also began the work of documenting the reserve fund bylaws, the purposes, and the constraints around those for clarity for both members of council, future staff, and for members of the public, and we'll continue to finish that off in 14. In 14, some of the things that we do expect to move forward on in finance is explore with Newmarket the efficiency opportunities to share resources with IT, with them, almost seeing how close we can even merge those two groups, if that's possible. So we're beginning those discussions already. We've looking forward to implementing a public wireless access point for an additional recreation center. We've got the SARC up and running now. We've got this building up and running on this floor only as a public hotspot, and we'll be firm launching those with the public in the very near future. We also look forward to contributing to our economy through completing our documentation for each reserve account, helping people understand our finances and the way in which we manage our finances. We're also completing the town's development charge bylaw in the coming weeks to optimize our growth cost recoveries, particularly as the onset of 2C comes. And we're also looking this year to move into the e-billings, in part in response to the jack-up in the postage rates, but we believe that we're ready now to launch some e-billing initiatives for both water and tax, looking to reduce paper, labor, and cost. We also are moving to our cloud-based HRIS payroll system, which will also reduce paper, labor, and cost. Our key performance indicators, speaking of, what did I do? Linda, help. I got it. Thanks. Our key performance indicators, the one that we've been tracking for quite some time has been our network availability, running virtually 100% of the time. And even during the ice storm, we didn't get knocked down. Unlike the City of Toronto, who were off their BlackBerries and their email for 2.5 to 3 days, which makes corporate communication and management of those crises very difficult. We also have begun looking at our tax receivable as a percent of levy. This is one of the things that shows up in the BMA study, comparing municipalities. And for 2013, we ended the year at 6.63, and the GTA average in the BMA study is showing about 6.8. And so I'm happy to see that we're on that side. We continue to make efforts in that regard, focusing on our longer overdue tax accounts and our tax sale process. And we have one property that appears that it's headed for tax sale sometime in February. An overview of the financials in my group. Personnel costs have increased by 1.6%. Other expenditures increased by 21%, with revenues dropping by $11,000. And so I've got a net change of $67,000 in the unfavorable category. However, when I look through these, I've got some annualizations from last year that combine for $17,900 new cost for this year. Those were 2 part-time to full-time conversions. In my base pressures, I have those annualizations of $17,900. My existing staff, only $16,400. Our software maintenance and licensing is up by about $47,000 total. I have a net reduction in revenues by $11,000. This is people slowing down on the volume of sales of homes due to the economy, but also with title insurance on taxation. They're acquiring fewer tax certificates and things that used to be a core source of revenue for us. All other line increases are only $2,800. On my efficiency side, I eliminated a one-time cost that was in my 13 budget of $5,100. We have a net reduction on our telecom, mobility, and data set costs of $17,000, and all other line reductions I reduced by $4,200. And so that's the summation of my budget. If I have no new items, I'm not asking for new staff. I had talked about a mobility technology specialist, and that was deferred by our ELT group, and I support that given the other priorities that were on the table. And we also had talked about a corporate IT trainer, and at the ELT we discussed that and took that off the table completely. So there were some discussions in that regard, but we've deferred one, deleted one, and I have none left. So an overview of my financials then. I started at $2.7 million, annualization, new staff, other personnel costs, other expenditures by $21,900, revenue change cost me $11,000, brings me to 2.8. That, Mr. Mayor, are my comments, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. First motion to receive and refer, please. Councillor Thompson, Councillor Peary. Thank you. Questions, comments? Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through to Mr. Elliott. Going back to your key performance indicator slide. So if our tax levy is roughly $30 million or so, are you saying that our receivables is somewhere around $2 million?
Yes.
As we've discussed in past, I think for myself going forward, we've sort of made an investment on better systems throughout the organization, and I think I'd like to see our KPIs start to expand to have more financial benchmarks. We've talked about some of the things like overtime or non-personnel costs or those kind of different benchmarks that I think would be helpful for us. Since we're getting better data, we can be able to make better decisions based upon that data and whatever those historical trends are. So although not indicated in your 2014 objectives, do you see yourself working towards the development of other of those indicators and bringing them forward for us through the better reporting?
Through you, Mr. Chair, absolutely. There's when I think key performance indicators, I'm looking for indicators that I or my team have some influence on. Debt per capita is not something really I can control, but I can report those. So there's indicators that I can report, such as what are set out in the BMA study. However, I'm looking for the indicators that I can actually have influence and control over and show progress towards mitigating cost or increasing revenue. So it's a little difficult, but I'm working with my team to develop those. There's some additional ones in our IT side, such as number of help tickets per week that are closed in the same week, that kind of thing, making sure that we're staying on top of our workload.
Councillor Humphreys, did you have your hand up? Okay, Councillor Gardner.
Thank you, Dan. It says on page 2 at the top, you've reviewed and began process of improving use and understanding of accounting and budget system with clients. Are you talking about the community?
Through you, Mr. Chair, no. We're speaking of our client departments, our managers and our directors and line supervisors, those that perhaps in the past have not utilized financial information or budget information on a regular basis. We're trying to get that into their hands and increase their financial acumen and their financial accountability by helping them access that information more readily.
Thank you. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Page 2, enabling a diverse, creative, and resilient economy. It talks about reserve accounts and development charges. Now, I'm not sure what you meant there. You said something about for public awareness. There's a great deal of public awareness lacking with respect to reserve accounts and also DCs.
Through you, Mr. Chair, we're looking at our web content as well. Our new website we're hoping is going to be going this summer. And with that will be more dynamic information. With respect to the reserve funds themselves and the reserve fund bylaws, I've set out a handful of them. I'm looking forward to completing our list of reserve funds and documenting each one in a separate schedule to the bylaw, and then have that available on the website and linked to our reserve fund reports, so that when somebody sees a reserve that says roads and related infrastructure, what does that mean? Where does the money come from? What can it be used for? What is that reserve for? They can link that and open up the actual schedule to the bylaw.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Councillor?
Why are our revenues down? Why are the department's revenues down?
Through you, Mr. Chair, we only have a handful of miscellaneous revenues, and they're administrative type revenues. You come in and you ask for tax certificate. This is a key one. And a tax certificate used to be a mandatory item on a property transaction.
Yeah.
And now with title insurance, it's an optional, and fewer lawyers are asking for it.
Thank you. I didn't catch that. Thank you.
Others? Okay, so all in favor?
I have a question, Mayor. We had, I was looking for that reference you made to sharing IT services with Newmarket. Where was that, Mr. Elliott?
Bottom of page 2, first of all.
And then I see that there was an IT position proposed, a training position proposed and deleted. Corporate IT trainer proposed and deleted.
That's at the end.
I'm trying to connect the dots between the potential for savings by sharing services with Newmarket, the town of Newmarket, and deleting a training. I assume that the proposal for a trainer in the IT department came from the leaders in the IT department. Am I right in that?
Through you, Mr. Chair, actually the idea for a corporate trainer came from the executive leadership table. It went back to IT. We drafted it into the budget, tried to put some tasks and responsibilities around it. We came back to IT and the executive leadership team, and we had another discussion, and we changed our mind on it. And so it was thought about. We considered it, and then we decided, no, we're going to do things a little different. It has that trainer position has nothing to do with really any linkages to Newmarket. All we're doing is we've got very similar business in Newmarket, only a couple of miles away from our IT installation, and so there's duplicated resources, duplicated skills, and perhaps we can better utilize those skills by improving our specialities. So you have one person who's very strong on one thing here and one person who's very strong on another thing, and they can support each other's groups, rather than a person with two split skills where they're pretty good at two things and pretty good at two things. You have somebody who's excellent at one thing, and you share those resources. So we're looking for efficiencies and opportunities between the two groups.
Mm-hmm. Now, I suspect, Mr. Elliott, that we would find that in every department that we have, that we share, that we are similar with Newmarket, the town of Newmarket, we would find redundancies if the two were one municipality. But I have one question. We eliminated or terminated a person, a 26-year employee.
Councillor?
Mr. Mayor, I am not mentioning any names. I'm looking. It was a reorganization. We terminated a person from a 26-year employment, and I don't see any savings of the salary that person was paid in this management report. That's a question. If you don't want to answer it, Mr. Elliott, that's
okay, well, no, I'm not going to direct Mr. Elliott to answer that question because it's not appropriate at this point.
But the question is asked, and I hope everyone here
Councillor Ballard?
heard it asked, including the press.
Thank you. Through you, to Mr. Elliott, sort of following up a bit on IT training. I'm always a little nervous when we don't do sufficient IT training. Can you elaborate a little bit on what the new idea was to ensure that staff are appropriately trained in the areas of IT?
Certainly, through you, Mr. Chair. Let me start first. I'm not trying to advocate or re-advocate for this position. I'm satisfied it does not need to exist. We had the conversation. What we were proposing is that there would be one central person who, for example, a new person starts in building services or a new person starts in IES. We have one trainer who would help train that person in the use of the software that is used by the IES group or the building services group, such as CityView or WAMIS. This is not training on Microsoft Word. We hire people with those skills now. But the unique software that we use for our business purposes requires some training. We collectively agreed that the local department who hires that individual is responsible for that training.
Councillor?
Just, my issue isn't that we're spending money on training. My issue is with all of the money we're investing in new software, are we investing enough in training so that our staff are maximizing their usage? And it's not just the specialized software. It's things like, Adobe Acrobat Pro and even Word and Excel. It sometimes shocks me with people I work with, not from the town, of course, who are still struggling with some of the fundamentals, and we put very expensive computers on their desks loaded with expensive software, and they can't use it to its fullest. And to me, that's not an appropriate investment. I believe we always need to put more into training.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I think first our IT group have specific training dollars for themselves so that they're up and staying current with the marketplace, mobility devices, and all of the things that IT need to stay current with. With respect to our own staff, we each have training budgets within our divisions to make sure that our staff have the skills necessary to do their work. If it's project management skills that need to be refined or honed by a single individual, we have funding available to make those resources available to them for training and development. As well, we have corporate training allowance in the human resources group of about $40,000, and that is used for leadership training, supervisory and managerial type training, and some more global skill sets that are required in the workplace. And so I believe that we're adequately funded for training. In fact, as we come closer to the year end, we'll be looking at how we spent, how much of what we allocated for training last year did we in fact spend. So in this year's budget, we have not increased the allocations for training.
Councillor?
No, thank you. I won't. I mean, nothing further than that. I'm instead of the general portfolio of training, I'm more specifically interested in IT training, since we've invested an awful lot of money in that over the years. But it sounds to me that you and staff, senior management, are satisfied that we have an IT plan in place that will meet the needs.
Councillor Perry.
If I may just add, through each capital project of these new systems, we make sure that there's a substantive enough budget for training at the outset, but also a follow-up budget for training. After the implementation, you come back to make sure that everything that you taught them is being used.
Councillor Perry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just touching quickly on the reduction in the telecom mobility and data costs. Is that due more towards renegotiation of contracts, or is that due more towards individuals stepping away from the program?
Mr. Elliott?
Through you, Mr. Chair, it's a combination. We've been looking at our mobility contracts and trying to harmonize those and bring those together. But we've also, this past year, we went to the York Region Fiber Network for our connectivity between facilities, and that enabled us to reduce and eliminate our point-to-point line of sight wireless communication, and that was a fair savings there.
All in favor of receiving? Contrary? That's carried. Thank you very much, Mr. Elliott. Mr. Garby's up next.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
my honor to present the Administration Department budget for 2014. As you're aware, we have three basic functions in the administration, what we call the Administration Department, and that's of general leadership for the organization, as well as special projects, as I listed to Councillor Gartner before. Human resources and corporate communications is in the administrative area. Some of the things that I'd like to highlight from the past year is, of course, the completion of the service level review, which launches into the 2014 work plan as well, which we'll highlight in a moment. We also, what you don't see every day is the things that go on behind the scenes, and we actually developed an administration action plan. After the strategic plan was completed, we took that and translated that into an administration plan and augmented it with some of the things that are going on within the administration into one place, which ties into our Progressive Excellence program here in the town. And you can see from the budget presentations, we're continually refining our performance measurement tools and protocol, and you'll see more of that in the coming weeks. Related to the future, there's the three listed there, and I'm very pleased with the outcome of the health benefits review. We were shortlisted, which is a tremendous achievement, I think, to the top 100 employers. It was been a lot of work to on behalf of all of our members of the ELT to make sure that we're doing the best that we can to make ourselves an employer of choice among municipalities, which will be increasingly more competitive for good employees in the future. We're still refining our use of social media. We're learning all the time, and the ice storm was a good example of how we need to refine things and keep things progressing, keep things fresh. The other thing that's not listed on the in those points is the completion of our natural capital asset report, which I think is unique in the GTA. I haven't recalled seeing anything like that puts a value to our natural capital assets. And through client and customer satisfaction, we've implemented the streaming of general committee meetings and provided general leadership to the customer service implementation plan. Looking forward, we're continuing to move along our Progressive Excellence program called Aurora Matters. Looking at just focusing on a couple of things. The implementation of a website with improved functionality, you'll recall, probably was on my 13 plan, and we hit a little bit of a road bump with one of our contractors that we've had to push that back, and we're on track to launch the new website in March. And again, you'll see an interesting one on the bottom of that page, the completion website reconstruction project, and implement a new town application. And that's an opportunity that we have that for mobile devices that allows you to do different things. So this year we might put an election tracker on that, and where citizens can gain access through their mobile device on the election statistics and candidates and so on. Or you see a pothole in the road, you take a picture of that and it gets routed appropriately. So that's what we're looking forward to implementing in this year. It's another way to engage our citizens in a different way. When we heard this morning too about using automated calls to notify residents of different initiatives, which I think we could have used a couple weeks ago with our garbage issues. So continually looking at different ways of communicating, and you can never communicate enough. Some other things that we're working on, and Council will be very familiar with in the next couple of weeks, is the attraction of a post-secondary institution to Aurora, and the implementation and initiation of the Northern Six Shared Service Study, which I think is an exciting project for all the municipalities. And I'm hopeful that all six will join on, but we'll carry on with at least Newmarket, who has committed to this study as well. Again, moving forward with the application of our value of natural capital asset report and using that in a real way with our business. And the big announcement of 2013 was the Eco Park and its implementation. So we'll work together with the Stronach Group to make that come to pass. Key performance indicators for our area are primarily in the human resource area, and we look at number of sick days per employee. We have a target of 5. It's very aggressive, and I think most office environments have a target of around 8. So we're trying to be aggressive in how we support our employees to make sure that they have a healthy lifestyle and are able to stay at work. So to September 20th, we were averaging 4.46 sick days per year, which I think is absolutely tremendous. Our employee turnover through to the end of November, and I can't recall that it's changed in December, was 4.72%, and we have a target of about 6. It's important to realize that staff turnover is healthy in an organization. It says two things: that you have some fresh ideas coming in. It also means that you're doing a good job and creating good employees that are getting opportunities elsewhere. And I'm not that defensive about that, because an employee that leaves Aurora on good terms means that we have a contact in another municipality and perhaps again a future employee. So what goes around comes around, as we say among the CAOs. Looking at our budget specifically, we have the normal personnel cost increases, $48,000. We see some reductions of about $18,400 on our expenditures, an overall increase of 1.6%. We don't have any annualization, and some of the base pressures again are the normal cost of the living allowances, and that's the singular pressure. From an efficiencies point of view, we continue to look at reducing our print advertising, and specifically we're saving a tremendous amount of money by using social media for our job recruitment. We've had tremendous success using the LinkedIn program and a suite of services. And so over the last 2 years, we've reduced this budget by $20,000, primarily attributable to the use of social media for advertising. And all other efficiencies. In the HR area, we also, every year we've been continually reducing our reliance on external experts on providing advice, legal advice on employment matters, because we have that expertise now in-house. We have no new items for the budget. So there's the overview, a net increase of $29,900. And the forecast pressures are just normal associated with personnel. You may recall in the capital budget, however, the implementation of the new payroll system, HRIS system, does have a licensing cost that will be seen in the IT area next year. So it's not our forecast pressure, but it is a pressure for next year in the licensing area. And any questions, I'd be pleased to answer, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Garvey. Motion for us to receive and refer. Councillors Thompson and Humphreys, comments, questions on the presentation? Councillor Buck.
Mr. Garvey, I struggle with this every year. Help me understand why this pursuit of certificate from Excellence Canada is so important to us, and how much. You said a lot of work is being put into this. Help me understand why it's important and what work is being put into it. I know you were very pleased that we made the short list of 100, and that was a result of a lot of effort. So I'm trying to understand how much effort and why is it important.
Mr. Garvey.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I believe that any organization is a good organization when they look at themselves and continuously try to improve themselves. Look at their systems, look at the way they're doing things, and challenge themselves. Are there different ways of doing things? Can we do things differently? Are there things that we should be doing better? The Excellence Program is a structured program that helps municipalities or any organization, actually. There's many private organizations that are implementing the system as well. It forces you to look systematically at all of the aspects of your business, from the way you treat your customers, to the way you treat your employees, to the way your systems line up in a systematic way to confirm that you're doing things well and developing action plans on each of those things and how to improve yourself. What else is really important? So it's about instilling a culture of continuous improvement and excellence. And what it also does, it forces things like communication. So it's not just a group of senior managers sitting around the table and going through this. It actually is members from all layers of the organization who participate and come up with ideas. And those are the most powerful ideas, is the ones that come from the organization, from the grassroots. And so ways of managing our processes differently and hearing from different parts of the organization about what tools or systems or things can help them do a better job. So that's what the program is really all about. We subscribe to, or we're members of Excellence Canada, which used to be called National Quality Institute, and that is really the certificate awarding body. And they support our initiatives with training. They support us with coaching and advice along the way of how to achieve certain things, process mapping, some basic continuous improvement type of techniques. That membership is about $10,000 to $12,000 a year. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact membership off the top of my head. But membership allows access to those resources, but it also allows or is the accrediting body. So you apply. It's like an ISO program, similar thing. You apply for the awards. They come in and audit your processes, make sure that you've done what you say you're going to do, and measure that if there's sustained results and so on. So that's what it's about. Why it's important, I think it's just a good way to manage your operation. It gets everyone in the organization engaged and interested in it, and also allows every member of the whole organization to look at their jobs, not from a defensive point of view, but from a continuous improvement and wanting to do better with the resources that they have.
Did that help, Councillor?
Well, thank you, Mr. Garvey. I don't find anything different, actually, to what has been the tradition. If not, I don't know about other municipalities, that it's always been the tradition in Aurora to seek to improve the service, the level of service we provide to the people, and to care about the people who work for us. And the thought comes into my mind of something I had very early in my education. What does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And I think we are losing our soul in the town of Aurora, if you'll allow me to make that observation. And I have a second question. We're looking at options to explore one meeting room to support live streaming of citizen committee meetings. And I want to know how successful we are in live streaming, how much response we're getting. I know I go home and find a comment from somebody that's been watching a committee meeting or a council meeting waiting for me when I get home. But I'd like to see some kind of a status to show that we are being successful in one way of live streaming before we try to launch it to the citizen committee meetings as well. That's just my own private opinion about that. And then we go on to that second page where it says balancing the needs of employees with organizational challenges. I don't think that's too well balanced these days. And that's all I have to say. That's as far as I want to go on this.
Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Mr. Garvey. You started off our day by talking about the accountability framework and asking the question of are we doing the right things. I certainly think that when we look at the 2014 strategic objectives, I'm pleased to support the pursuit of a more robust performance management system, certainly the N6 shared study, as well as continuing on the initiatives that came out of the service level review and taking a further look at discretionary versus mandatory. The one that I do have a question on pertains to the establishment of a BIA. I think my understanding is that there needs perhaps to be, take a little bit step back here, and there needs to be a little bit more work done around that one to ensure that there's an appetite or there's an interest level within the business community and working with the chambers. There has been some preliminary discussions, and we know in the past that it's been tried and hasn't been as successful as some may want. So, I certainly don't see that we should immediately launch into a workshop and with the goal of establishment. I think there needs to be a little bit more precursor work along that lines to make sure that it's what the community wants.
I could add, Mr. Mayor, I completely agree, and I think that's the intent. As Council may be aware, a BIA has to be driven by the merchants in the area. It cannot be driven by the municipality. So our role in this is simply facilitation. I do take the words to heart, and there is a lot of background work that needs to be done to make sure it's got a chance of success, for sure.
Councillor Abel, Councillor Ballard.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know you briefly touched on the web, that the contract, but I must say that the preliminary work, and I was invited, I think Councillor Perry was at one of the sessions as well, learning about how it was being put together was very valuable. Are they going to keep that format? Is that still there, or are we starting from ground zero again, sort of thing?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the contract for the website was split into two parts. One was the design work, which you saw. The other one was the data migration and the building of the templates that we'll use. So the first phase was done well and done effectively. The second piece, we ran into some issues with the building of the templates and some of those issues. So it's the back end part that was giving us the issues that we're now trying to move forward on.
Thank you for that clarification. A comment and perhaps a question on the social media. I thought the ice storm was a great test, and I'm hoping that we're going to capture what went on and then sort of review what we did and see if there's some remarks that are going to be done. I think that's probably in what you're going to do anyways. But I found that the updates, and I don't mean to be overly critical, was about fair. When I compared it to other communications going out, we did have communications. I just didn't feel they were coming at a good amount of time. And my question is, in the communication in such events, do we have someone described it as an editorial content, or so that when something happens, automatically certain updates are given rather than responding? Probably. And I don't know if this is. I'm just more or less bringing it to your attention. Maybe that's something that you could bring out as well, so that we're moving ahead of the ball and with it rather than reacting.
I would agree with you through you, Mr. Mayor. I think we're challenged with the information that we receive and how to communicate it. But we certainly did learn a lot that we'll take back, and I think I have a meeting on it on Monday or Tuesday to talk more specifically about the event and how we could have been more timely, or was the content of our message appropriate, and how things progressed. I think we got continually better as the days wore on.
I'll agree. And
once we got the handle on some of the information and a bit of a protocol with PowerStream on how we would receive information. So there's a few challenges there, but certainly any comments, I would really appreciate feedback. Email me and say, here's what would have been helpful through the event. And then we'll take that back and build that into a more of an emergency communication plan.
Right, and I thought the customer service was getting hold of it as well with the GFL. They were sort of getting the point first thing in the morning, being ready to get the updates from GFL and through Ilmar and stuff, so that was good. My next question is on the key performance indicators. And I forget, we may have had this before, but sick days per year employee, is that 6% being met throughout several terms? Or is this a marked improvement, say, from last term and the term before? I'm just curious if you would know that.
Through Mr. Mayor, we didn't actually track that past the data that we have. So,
thank you.
Councillor Ballard.
Thank you. Just to follow up on your comment about communications, it's very good to hear that we'll finally get a revamped website come March. Any residents and businesses I know who are interested in Aurora, it's one of the comments they make to me. So I'll be happy to be able to tell people that that we have an end in sight. Second comment about social media, and I will follow up with an email to you with some further thoughts. I'm big on internet communications technology. But at the same time, when we have a crisis like we did with the ice storm and many people lost power, many people lost access to the internet. If they had a smartphone, it went dead. And websites were not always active, and Aurora's was, but PowerStream was not completely off, and their phone system was completely out of touch. So while social media is a good way to push information out, provided we have access to the internet. Many times we don't in crisis. So the idea of using the good old-fashioned telephone to push messages out and using our mobile signs, for example, at intersections around town where we could tell people, give people numbers to phone or websites to check, whatever. Those are the sorts of things I think we need to keep in mind because, as I said, social media is wonderful until you lose access to the internet. Then you're up a creek without a paddle.
Or underneath an ice bank without a pick. Sorry. I don't have any pithy philosophical remarks, but just the people that I speak to around town would not agree that Aurora is losing its soul. Could I have a vote? I said, I don't have any pithy philosophical comments, but the people that I talk to around Aurora would not say that Aurora is losing its soul. All in favor? Contrary? It's carried. That's obvious.
And I'm sitting at this table and making an observation from a front line seat.
Me too, Councillor. And there's 7 others of us. Is that right?
I have questions.
We have nothing on the floor to be questioned.
Right, but it has nothing to do with anything. It's about the assistance that came from the town of Newmarket. I have not read anything of it, and I understand the town of Newmarket immediately sent a hydro crew to help out in Aurora. Am I mistaken in that? Or if
No,
they did, have we expressed our appreciation for that?
The town of Newmarket supplied both hydro and parks. And yes, I personally sent a letter to Mayor Van Bynen.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, but I think the people of Aurora ought to know that the town of Newmarket came immediately to our help, and I don't believe they even needed to be asked.
Then I don't know if that went on or not. If not, we will certainly make that correction. Mr. Downey.
Oh, excellent, Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the opportunity to make a presentation. One additional thing with regards to Newmarket, they didn't even send us a bill. They said next time maybe it's our turn. So we did thank them very much for their help during the ice storm. Here's the clicker. Thank you. The Parks and Recreation Department is broken into 4 divisions: administration, parks and open space, trails, recreation, and business support. The duties identified, as certainly from my perspective, from the administration perspective, is to oversee all the operating divisions and advisor to council and the CAO. Parks and trails are responsible for the planning, development, maintenance of all our parks and trails and open spaces, and also responsible for arboriculture and horticulture, arboriculture trees in the town. Recreation, they're responsible for design, management, implementation of our recreation programs. Business support is responsible for the business aspects of the department. 2013 was an extremely busy year for us. I had to pare this down, but there's so many additional achievements. But we certainly were very happy to get the design completion and the commencement of construction of the youth center at the Aurora Family Leisure Complex. We have initiated the cultural master plan. We were voted the #1 camp in York Region. And we're very proud of that. We had a record number of seniors attending the senior center this year, and staff support was integral to the success of our 150 events in 2013. We completed the cultural center agreement, and we were successful in transferring the Aurora Historical Collection to the town. Positioning for the future, we're looking at completing the youth center in 2014. New sponsorship signage program with maximizing opportunities for increased revenues. We're negotiating a new agreement with a third-party provider for museum services, and that closes early this year. Exploring partnerships with the provision of tennis facilities. Once again, that RFP is closing actually next week, and there will be a report very soon to Council with regards to that. We're doing a pricing policy review, and we're exploring land acquisition opportunities. With regards to strategic advancements for 2014, with regards to quality of life, we are proceeding with our new sponsorship signage program at the SARC as well as other recreation centers. We're creating and receiving council approval for a public art policy, and that will happen early in the new year. We continue to explore recreational partnerships for the delivery of programs and services, and that's been extremely successful, particularly in our seniors programs. We have received council approval for a cultural master plan, and we hope to have that before council within the second quarter of 2014, and we're reviewing and recommending revisions to the pricing policy with the idea that any changes to the pricing policy would be something that would be implemented in the 15 budget. With regards to diverse and creativity and resilient economy, we have completed an internal review of the department prior to proposed reorganization of responsibilities, and that was completed in 2014. We continue to tweak that. That was completed in 2013. We continue to tweak that in 2014. We prepared a report with recommendations to Council on the disposition of town-owned lands, and we are going to be working with the solicitor on that, and we hope to present that to Council with some recommendations early in 2014. And we'll complete the servicing of 15059 Leslie Street in preparation for potential land sales. Basically, 15059 is done. We haven't got sodding done. So until it sods down, I'm not done. But we are extremely close to getting that completed, and certainly looking forward to potential land sales in that area. With regards to supporting environmental stewardship and sustainability, we continue to work with the development community on the servicing and construction of parkland and open space within the 2C planning area, and in fact had a meeting last week with regards to the park and trails construction agreement that we hope to be able to sign fairly soon, where the development community will play an integral part in the provision and construction of parks and trails within the 2C planning area. With regards to key performance indicators, we have a number of those, and acres of parkland per capita. You can see a drop in 2013. That's a result of the Leslie Street lands coming out of our parkland area and into employment lands. So we have a droppage on acres per capita. We have been monitoring our percentage of prime time versus non-prime time in ICE. And we are, I believe, doing extremely well in maintaining that number, and certainly it has created some pressures for some additional facilities, which we will more than likely be looking at when we look at a new Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Our recreation registration program utilization rate is fairly high. It's 55, and it continues to climb year after year. That's basically, we have about 24,000 spaces, registered spaces within our programs, and 55% of those are filled on an ongoing basis. So we're very happy with that number. Operating costs continue to go down with regards to the provision of recreational programs per capita. Our community special event operating costs also are going down as we get more attendance and we're collecting additional revenue within those areas. Our fitness membership per revenue per member has been fairly constant, and we are looking at a 60% retention rate for our fitness members. The overview for the department is our personnel costs have increased by actually declined. Is that increased? No, that's increased by $83,800. Other expenditures, we've looked at a decline in expenditures, and our revenues are also, we're looking at a decline in the revenues as a result primarily of the bringing on, or the temporary closure of the Aurora Family Leisure Complex. And so we are looking at a net budget increase of $371,000 in 2014. Some of the base pressures, as I said, salary and benefits of $83,000. The elimination of e-play, that's the fee that is being charged to our internet users when they register a program. If you recall, Council approved us not charging that fee, and so the impact of that is being felt in this budget. And the closure of the Aurora Family Leisure Complex has an impact, a non-recurring impact, but it has an impact of $672,700 in the 2014 budget. With regards to efficiencies, even though we are collecting less revenues as a result of the closure, we are increasing revenues in other areas of the department by $91,000. We also have some reductions in our parks operations of $60,000, and all other areas of the department have identified a reduction in expenditures of about $33,500. That is on top of some of the reductions that have already been experienced as a result of the closure of the leisure complex, and we tie that into the impact that I presented in the previous slide. With regards to new items, we are asking for conversion from part-time to full-time of our special events assistant. As Council knows, we are looking at increasing admission for our special events, primarily RibFest. And so the admissions that we are being charged at RibFest will help offset the cost of that conversion from part-time to full-time. And yes, I am looking for sponsorship in order to cover those costs. The overview of the budget then shows that we are looking at a lowering of our base expenditures. However, there's also a decrease of revenues, as I say, primarily to deal with the closure of the leisure complex, and we have new items of $150,000. So our bottom line is we have a net budget of about $2.4 million on the tax rate. With regards to forecast pressures, there's a number of forecast pressures within the department. With the growth, certainly within 2C, we are going to continue to look at increased work with regards to forestry and operational needs. We have landscape maintenance that needs to be dealt with, and you're going to be seeing some of those in future years. Certainly the threat of municipal trees with regards to the emerald ash borer. A lot of the trees that were treated this year, in fact, have suffered from the ice storm. So that has already created some decline within that ash tree population, but we continue to have that threat and dealing with that. The repurposing of program and facility space as a result of the construction of the leisure complex, certainly that was a good exercise for us of moving around some of our programs and repurposing some of those programs and identifying where we could reduce or possibly eliminate, and also where some of those pressures are whenever we do look at reduction of service levels, what impact that has to the community. We also are looking at integrating cultural services in the Parks and Recreation Department. My initial slide showed that we had broken down into 4 areas. In 2015, we will more than likely, or 2014, I apologize, we'll more than likely be looking at 5 areas bringing cultural services into the department, and there will be budget impacts with regards to that. There also, with that additional facilities, we have additional facility permitting functions, and that's increased over the years, so we're doing our best in order to accommodate that. The closure certainly of the leisure complex has assisted in helping with that, because some of the staff that were identified at the leisure complex can now be repurposed into that particular function, so it doesn't have a forecasted impact in 2014, but it may in 2015. We have an imbalance between the supply and demand of permittable space, and certainly we'll be bringing forward recommendations to Council with regards to addressing some of those pressures, and we will be looking at the implementation of the youth centre in 2015. So with that, Mr. Mayor, that's the conclusion of my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Denny. Move and second to receive and refer. Councillors Humphrey and Peary. Comments, questions from Mr. Downey. Councillor Buck.
Mr. Downey, the last number I had for the seniors club was about 1,100, and I know there was permeable space and there was dedicated space. Are we reaching the point where we're intruding into the permittable space?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, at this point we're not. We are monitoring our use of the centre by the seniors, so that's one of the things we're tracking, as I said, was attendance, and that's one of the reasons we know there's an increased attendance. We are certainly monitoring their programs as well as their membership. So that as pressures come on board with regards to an increase for the seniors, either a reallocation of some of that permittable space over to the seniors for dedicated space, or a increase in additional space for the seniors, or looking at maybe perhaps a reduction in the potential membership of the seniors, or a capping of the membership of the seniors in order to address either one of those pressures.
Now, I understand from Bill that the use by other groups is continually increasing. The building is in use 7 days a week, almost, and evenings as well. That's a good thing. You don't need to answer that.
It is a good thing, and you saw it in my forecasted pressures. Yeah. It's one of our biggest issues is facility space.
So, yeah, it's forecasting what our needs are going to be. It's talking about how long will it provide for the demand that is being made on it. But anyway, the next question is new sponsorship signage program. Last time we had sponsors for signage was in the Arts Centre, and we ended up having to give them their money back for some reason or other. Do we have a new design that will prevent that from happening?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, that's correct. Council approved in the third quarter, I believe, of 2013, a sponsorship program called Together With, if you recall, and it's together with a sponsor, whoever that might be, Bulk Barn, Canadian Tire, whoever. So we had approval from Council to move forward with sponsorship opportunities, and we continue to explore that. Getting sponsors or additional sponsors to sponsor the pool or rinks or dressing rooms, lanes within the pool, that type of thing. And so that program has been unveiled, and we are putting staff resources towards that. It's one of the reasons, part of the justification for looking at moving the part-timer to the full-timer, because our sponsorship person now plays a dual role of sponsorship as well as part-time special events, and we would like to wean that person off the special events and give that to the part-time staff. That's why we need to go to full-time.
And
Councillor?
The completion of servicing of Leslie Street, how far are we from completion now? I thought it was done.
99.8. As they say, if the boulevards were sodded, we'd be done. So we are we're completed with the servicing. I'm very happy to say, and we just need to do some cleanup and grade the boulevards, sod them, and we are done. And that'll be happening in the spring of 2014.
And were we not pursuing sales at the same time as we were doing this work?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, yes, we are, and that's being handled through the Planning Department. Mr. Aurora is working on certainly moving forward and getting the word out that lands are available and for sale within that area.
Thank you.
Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Mr. Downey. Certainly, congratulations on a successful and busy 213. You've listed many achievements. If it was me, perhaps I would have added one more, but I understand why it's not there.
I had 10 minutes.
That would have been the support and involvement in the establishment of the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think that's the key achievement as well. My question, though, really is around the 2014. You have created and received council approval for a public art policy. Just for clarification, did that direction come from this council? Did it come from the region? I remember we had a region report that said about allocating dollars. Where's the direction for the creation of that policy coming from?
You, Mr. Mayor, from both bodies, actually. If you recall, it is in our official plan that 1% of our new municipal infrastructure should be put into public art. When we moved forward with the award of the design for the youth center, that was one of the recommendations that we had identified, is that 1% of the budget be allocated towards the public art policy, and that staff come back with a report. And so I am researching the policy itself, and the treasurer is moving forward with, as part of that report as well, a funding model of how those funds will be identified and allocated to public art.
Other comments or questions, Mr. Downey? Councillor Gardner.
Thank you, Mr. Downey. You made a comment that by closing the family leisure complex, we can see how, or it's been helpful to see how a reduction in service levels affect the community. I don't think that's a fair statement. I think that the way in this was done was problematic and really wasn't a true indication of decreasing service level and affecting the community. It's just a comment. You also mentioned on page 3 in the key performance indicators that there's a drop in parkland because the Leslie Street lands changed from recreation lands to employment lands. Now, it seems to me, and perhaps Mr. Garby can speak to this, I believe that the Leslie Street lands were always designated as employment lands.
Mr. Garby or Mr. Downey? I'm not sure who's better.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, my recollection as far as they've been employment as long as they've been in the urban boundary. That's my recollection.
Thank you. So if the drop in parkland doesn't come from the Leslie Street lands, where would it come from?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, that was the area it came from. The lands were originally purchased for parkland purposes.
Correct.
And so was identified within our inventory. Now, with the development of those lands, we took it out of the inventory.
Thank you. My point is that as far as I remembered, for many years they're assumed to be employment lands, which is why we didn't want to use them for any recreation purposes. Last comment is, and to those around the table, to Mr. Garby, to Mr. Downey, I find it unacceptable that you keep referring it to a youth center. And this council, by resolution, a long time ago, has changed this to community space for youth. And as far as I know, unless Mr. Garby or Mr. Mayor wants to comment on that, the youth space at the Family Leisure Complex is dedicated space to youth and not a youth center. If I'm wrong, I'd like to know it.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other comments from Mr. Downey?
I would like an answer to that, Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind.
That wasn't put as a question. You said it was a comment.
I would like to know if I am correct that the space at the Family Leisure Complex, by council motion, is a dedicated space for youth as opposed to a youth center. I won't ask Mr. Downey because you are calling it a youth center, so Mr. Garvey or Mr. Mayor?
Without looking up, I don't know. Mr. Garvey?
Council passed a resolution, or not, it wasn't a resolution, I'm sorry, an amendment to one of the reports, as I recall it, phrasing the space as community space for youth.
Thank you. And in the future, I would like it to be referred to that.
Any other comments or questions for Mr. Garvey? For Mr. Downey. Okay, so all in favor? Contrary?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
That's carried. Thank you, Mr. Downey. Council, may I suggest, before we get to Mr. Simonauskas, it's 25 minutes after 2, a 10-minute break, and then we'll launch into Mr. Simonauskas. And we're going to start at... Well, that way we can go through to 4 o'clock and be done.